Let me show you how I plan to keep these farm fresh eggs right here shelf stable for the next 2 years. The way I'm going to do that is a system called water glassing. And so the first thing you're going to need is farm fresh eggs, and they need to be unwashed. You can't use this with store-bought eggs. The second thing you're going to need is a large glass jar that you're going to put the eggs in. You're also going to need some water. And finally, and the most important thing you're going to need is pickling lime. I am using Mrs. Wage's pickling lime. Now, when you see that, this does not mean that these are going to be pickled eggs. What this does is this solution in the water creates a protective barrier around the eggs that keeps it from deteriorating, and it keeps them fresh for up to 2 years. And so what you need to do is you need to start placing your eggs in the glass jar. You want to keep them pointy side down as much as possible. I've read that that keeps them fresher longer, but it does make it difficult when you're trying to put an abundance of eggs into a jar. And the reason they need to be unwashed is because there's a protective bloom that covers the eggs when the chicken lays it that gets washed off in a commercial egg factory when they prepare it for refrigeration. And when you have farm fresh eggs that sit on the counter, that protective bloom is what keeps them from deteriorating and rotting so fast. And so you have to make sure that you're using unwashed eggs, farm fresh eggs, because that protective bloom kind of interacts with that pickling lime to create that protective barrier. Okay, so now that I've got my jar full of eggs as pointy side down as possible, now it's time to mix the pickling lime in with the water. You have 1 quart of water, and before you get Google out, that is 4 cups. And then you also have 1 ounce of pickling lime, and before you get Google out again, it's about 1/4 cup. This is a good thing to do because you really don't want to be having to go to the store to buy eggs when you have chickens that you're feeding every single day in the winter, because then you're paying for the eggs and you're paying for feed to feed your chickens all winter. So it's good to kind of use that surplus now so that you can have eggs all winter long. And so you might need multiple quarts. And so what you do is you pour that water in until they're about 2 inches over the eggs, because you want the eggs to be completely submerged for this to actually work. So now we're going to go ahead and pour in our pickling lime solution. And it looks like we're going to need another quart. Perfect. So there you have it. You have water glassed eggs. The only thing you need to do is open the lid, pull an egg out when you want to use it. You don't have to really do anything with it. You can use it just like you would a fresh egg. And these are good for up to around 18 months. Make sure you follow us for more homestead tips, kind of like this one.